I find it's best to have a mouth that smells like horribleness when you're up close and personal talking with your friends.
Yeah. It's a great pod.
What?
What?
Did you say gray pod? Is that
Yeah, this is great pod. Great.
Okay.
It's the best podcast ever.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah, we all have some weird ideas. I'm just saying. The really science experiment. Pump them full of LSD. How about don't ask these questions? No salt.
Welcome to No Salt. Here we all are today. I am Idris.
Pat?
And Richie.
Yes, and together we do this little podcast here called No Salt, where we all don't know what we're doing, and
I always go through our musings and just kind of have a good time.
exactly.
Talk to one another. And
Today's episode is labeled toilet paper. That was the mystery word that Pat had selected at the end of last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. So, toilet paper. Anyone want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Right.
I was watching this television show one time. I think it was like Maury Povich or something like that.
Yeah.
And this chick had an addiction to toilet paper, and she would eat it.
Oh, I saw that.
And she would eat like 4 rolls
Yeah.
a day. Like,
It was like a compulsive thing or something, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
did
after
she
I saw
just eat it? Did she use it in
No.
a proper manner too?
No, she just ate it. She like always kept a roll on her and would just like snack on it like it was like
Yeah.
some chips or something. She liked toilet paper.
2 plies, 1
Pretty
ply.
nuts.
I think it was 1 ply, but I'm not too sure.
A little easier to digestive system there.
Yeah. You got 2 ply, you might be a little bit too crazy, I guess. But it was really weird.
Too crazy because you know
Ply,
one
too
ply.
crazy.
And
That sounds
I'm
like
not gonna
the
lie.
sequel
Like I
to-
tried a little bit of toilet paper after watching it. I just want to see what the big fuss was about. And I mean, it doesn't taste like anything. It's pointless. Like, why would you even eat that?
I feel like the lotion kind would taste like something.
I don't know, I kind of felt like I knew that you shouldn't eat toilet paper before I ever tried to taste it.
I mean,
Well, it's like when you're a kid. Let me eat this paste here.
Yeah,
See how
no,
this
that's
tastes
true.
like.
Did you eat a lot of paste, Pat?
I tried it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I ate grass when I was a kid too.
I never actually did
I
paste.
tried some grass. Or like the little wheat things. There weren't actually wheat.
I
but
think
that's
I
what
ate
they
like
call them.
change one, like a penny once.
You
And
ate
that-
it? Like you swallowed it?
Yeah, you're like 3 years old.
Did you have to go to the hospital?
No, after like 7 years, I think you pass it.
It's faster than that.
Is it?
Yeah, but you can get like copper poisoning from having
After
it.
7 years.
Still here, still kicking.
How long does it normally take for you to digest
Well, no, certain things take longer for you
No,
to
no,
digest.
that's a myth.
Yeah.
You're thinking about the idiom bubblegum, but that's not true at all. That's something stupid people convinced other stupid people. Sorry, Pat.
So what are you trying to say?
Trying to say, is it your turn?
He's absolutely right.
Well, anyway, I'm pushing 30 now, so I'm not eating
Yeah.
any change or grass or toilet paper. So
That's good.
That's good.
I think
you
I've-
got your own toilet paper?
I think I've grown up a little bit.
Your own toilet paper story?
Yeah. Well, the thing is I don't have cable anymore, but I'll go to my mom's house and I'll watch like TV. Well, anyway, I was watching TV and the commercials come on and the toilet paper comes on.
Yeah.
And it's like a minute commercial and it's really in depth. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, why are there toilet paper commercials? Who is not using toilet paper? Like seriously, like. Why do we need this? Like, why do I need to watch Charmin and the bears running around? Like, yeah, use toilet paper. Like, why are you not using toilet paper? Like, it should be self-advertising, I guess. It's kind of.
What was it like? Who was it? Like Stephen Wright or Mitch Hedberg or someone like that said that you never see an advertisement for string.
True.
You'd never see, like, they would never be on television advertising string. So why are they on television
I bet
advertising?
they did, like, back in the day, historically. They probably had catalogs full of strings or some sort.
Like Sewing World.
Yeah.
on the radio, like so all
Yeah.
the time radio.
Hey, I got the string here, you know, it's red and
then it
satin-ish.
It just became abundant, right? So
But toilet paper's everywhere. Like, why would you? I agree. You shouldn't have to advertise it.
it's
You
just
shouldn't.
think about it's like the toilet paper families. They're old families, and they just compete against each other. You have the the Empire Charmin, with
Yeah,
they
but what's
probably
with the
got all
bears?
sorts
Why,
of-
are bears suddenly, wiping their ass in the forest here? Like,
I think it just would look more awkward if it was a dude with a bunch of toilet paper pieces stuck to his butt.
Yeah,
but like, it's like,
They
let me
just-
find the most friendly animal. Let's pick a bear. Like,
Yeah.
a bear, yeah. I mean, like,
Sure.
I know when I'm in the woods and a bear's about to attack me, I'm like, here's
I
some
asked-
Charmin.
yeah. I'm like, you got a TP over there?
That'd be good. Just like throw it away from you. Maybe it'll chase it.
Yeah, don't just act still.
Heard you
Just
bears
throw
need to
some-
wipe your
Yeah,
ass.
don't just stand still or
You know
go
what
to
they should
fetal
do? They
position.
should like extend the commercials so it shows these these bears are looking all friendly and they're rubbing their butts and stuff, and then like 2 seconds later it just cuts to them mauling a family.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where they got the toilet paper. They destroyed an entire family on their
Or
camping
digging through
trip.
like people's dumpsters, like
Yeah, how
just
did they get the toilet
digging around it?
paper?
That's probably
They
what
killed
do.
people.
Yeah, they
And why is there?
they hijacked the toilet for the Charmin truck.
And why is there a random toilet in the forest?
Well, it's just a tree usually. It's
Yeah.
like a tree with the branch to the toilet paper.
They're sitting
on it.
down.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we have to look
I'm
that
not
one
gonna
up. Yeah.
question your Charmin bear pooping technique. I mean,
I'm all in on this. Right?
yeah.
You guys seen Demolition Man, the movie?
Yeah, the part where he's
The
like,
C-
cussing.
Oh, it's the
Yeah.
three
But
shells.
the three show. But
The three
it
shells.
makes me think every time I see that movie. Like,
How would
Seriously.
that actually work?
we've had toilet paper for what, like 50 years or something.
Yeah.
And we haven't come up with anything better than wads of paper to wipe your ass with.
I mean, in
Sprays
some
of
countries
water.
they don't even have toilet paper.
True. Don't
Yeah.
they have like a little bathtub
You
thing?
like use your hand and then you don't shake people with your left hand. That's like in India.
So what do you could you think of something that would be the most ideal like technology?
I think that's the
I got
point.
one. I got one.
What?
Okay.
It's gonna take a while for this to happen.
Yeah.
I thought about this the other day though. What if they had a device that like just transported the poop out of you? Say you
transporter. Huh?
Yeah, a transporter. Like it teleports it just straight out of you into the toilet, so there's no need to have to wipe your ass.
Well, I was thinking something like
or
that.
even go to the bathroom.
Like an
Right,
invention.
yeah,
No,
it
like
just-
an invention. Like you have a recliner, right? You have to go
Yeah.
to the bathroom.
Sure.
But say you push a button, and it like this device comes over you. It's like soundproof,
Right.
ventilation proof.
This is
do your business.
Your idea to it.
But then it also cleans you when you're
Well,
done,
they have-
and you're just watching TV with your family.
They have a duvet or something like that, the thing that
Yeah.
shoots water up in your ass.
Well, if you could get some sort of like laser field that doesn't damage skin but could remove like even to the bacteria level, just remove all of that area. Just
all
a
the
field.
nasties.
Get a some sort of force field.
Yeah, just have some like
It would be
Febreze.
Poo removal
I mean,
force field. That was an inappropriate sound effect. I was going for like the applause or something.
Oh, that would be this one.
What's your
Right, so I don't know. I was just had to really think long and hard all week about this, and then finally, while I was in the toilet of a bar that I went to recently, and I was staring at the toilet paper, I realized what to talk about, and that was this bar has all the walls set up to be like a chalkboard, and you take a piece of chalk, they have chalk there, and you can write, draw anything you want on it, right?
Right.
That's cool.
as you're taking a shit?
If you want, I guess, yeah, but it's, innovative. It's something to distract, it's to encourage the sort of graffiti or messages or whatever kind of art, but go figure, the only thing that was in there was somebody had drew the largest dick in chalk on the back of the door, so it's like, even given the choice, it seems like men can't help but to draw a large penis in the inside of a bathroom stall.
I don't really have that problem.
No?
Yeah, no, I've never done that.
But if you had the option to go in, where it's like,
It's like if there's a permanent marker in the bathroom
sure,
stall.
it was like, and please draw on us. Like it was an open invite.
I don't think I'd draw a penis.
I mean, I'd definitely draw on it, but I wouldn't draw a penis.
No, What
Yeah,
would you
I'd probably
do?
like put right above the stall, like if you were standing, and it would say something like, "Why are you laughing? The real joke is in your hands."
I think I see. I don't draw, so I think I'd probably write something
What would you write?
behind you, just to freak people out. I think that'd be great.
That was just a jingle.
So I got some news if you guys want to.
Okay, yeah. So
Is it
some
current?
what do you got?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm all about current events when I don't have to look it up myself.
Alex Trebek broke the Guinness World Record as the longest-running game show host.
Nice.
He's 73 years old, and this past Friday, he made his 6,829th appearance on Jeopardy! He's been the host since 1984 and has reportedly asked 416,569 questions. Apparently, he's expected to retire by 2015, but 73 years old. I mean, it's just crazy.
I watched Jeopardy at some point in college, my senior year. There was an episode where, like, we watched the night before, and he didn't have a mustache. And then, like, the next day, we watched the show again, and he had a mustache. It was supposedly live because it went from Monday to Tuesday. Mystery or alien?
Maybe he's a part of the Illuminati.
Yeah, but they don't have mustache skills, man.
Just because you're an Illuminati doesn't mean you can't grow a mustache.
Yeah, but that's what they're not. It's not what they're known for. Aliens clearly are known for having mustaches. This is why I ask. Okay.
All right, name me 5 aliens that have mustaches.
Burt Reynolds.
True.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well,
Chuck
he's
Norris.
got more of a goatee.
Just because your mustache goes down into your facial hair doesn't mean it's not a mustache.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wesley Snipes.
He never did a mustache.
Yeah, he usually does.
Yeah, it does.
Alex Trebek. It's 4.
Okay.
This is the whole point.
Yeah.
This is part of the alien mustache theory. And Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah. It's peach. You can't. It's light colored.
She bleaches it.
Okay, so I got another story here.
All right, some more news.
Some science.
Oh, nice.
And environment. So, headline. Calling back a zombie ship from the graveyard of space. For 17 years, it's been drifting on a lonely course through space. So, there's this satellite that was launched in the disco era and shuttered by NASA in 1997. The spacecraft is now returning to the civilization that abandoned it. So, it's a zombie spaceship. After 36 years in space, the craft, the International Sun-Earth Explorer 3, appears in good working order.
What? Wait, so who built this?
Looks like it was NASA.
But how is it a zombie?
I guess because it was... Is this the spaceship that they had asleep for a long time? There was one... I know that there was one that was asleep and then they turned it on and everything came on all right or something.
But there's no living people on it. So
No, what they mean is that, like, it's back from the dead or something. They thought maybe it was either...
NASA launched it in 1978.
See, that just goes to my people use the term zombie for anything these days. It kind of pisses me off.
So they put it in space, and then they retired it while it was still in space in 1997, and the craft has been looping around the sun on a 355-day orbit. In about 2 months, it'll catch up and pass Earth.
What kind of data did it record?
It wanted to observe solar wind.
Okay.
It's just kind of crazy that we launched this stuff in like the 70s, 80s, and it's still out there. Like Voyager and all that stuff.
Fund NASA. No, Voyager is, it's out of our solar...
Well, yeah, wasn't there a thing there that it passed our solar system, right?
Right, well, it passed the area that the sun has effect on. So, like, with its gravitational pull and solar winds, the sun still encompasses a large amount of area past the last planets in our solar system, right? So Voyager has now crossed into the threshold of space that's officially not within the influence of our sun. So it's where no man has ever been before.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's got a golden record on it with The Sound of Earth.
Oh, really?
So you have like handfuls of music from Earth, and then they have like a newborn baby crying. They have like hello in 150 different languages. All that in case some alien finds it in the future.
Were they like thinking like the alien would be able to understand us, or?
Well, they also like drew sort of universal instructions how to play the record if they needed to. I mean, they won't necessarily understand our language, but it's just sound from Earth.
Last news segment. This is the last news segment. Gonna read something from the Google News or the Yahoo. What you gonna do when he come through?
Alright, give us another story.
Yeah.
Woman is caught on camera trying to smuggle 7 lobster tails out of Publix in her pants.
I've heard about this, actually.
Did you hear about this?
It's in the Publix News,
Yep.
actually. And I see every time...
Sorry. Say it again?
Woman is caught on camera trying to smuggle 7 lobster tails out of a Publix in her pants. So, this is in DeLand, Florida.
So some woman walked up, saw these lobster tails, and put them in her pants.
Oh, the video is hilarious, but she's been accused. She claims she didn't do it.
She claims she didn't do it.
So she wanted to steal them, but she claimed she didn't steal them. But her intent was to steal. So she was going to trade lobster tails to a friend and possibly buy a Chinese buffet.
What?
This is her quote, by the way. She stated she entered the store with the intent to steal food, according to police. And then she told that she was going to trade the lobster tails to a friend and possibly buy a Chinese buffet.
Like in an actual store?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
Nope. The police think that she might have attempted to trade the tails for painkillers, which makes a little bit more sense. But the thing is like the Chinese food was put on hold because they were waiting for her to exchange it for lobster tails. We got a weird food ring going around here. What caught my mind about the story is
Yes.
you're going in with the intent, I'm stealing this food to buy it or to exchange it for other goods. Whether the Chinese people wanted specifically 7 lobster tails. Okay, so say they do, right? Okay, say, hey, I want 7 lobster tails. Okay, you're just going to put them in your pants. I feel like there's a better way to go about getting the 7 lobster tails.
This is
other
the
than putting them
funniest
in
thing
your
I've ever heard.
pants.
You know what I like though is that when they were like, "Hey you, huh? It's like you got lobster tails in your pants. What are you doing?" Yeah, no, I'm not stealing them. I was gonna trade them to buy a Chinese buffet. That's your best excuse that you can come up with. Oh, you know what? I tripped and fell and they slipped in. Is more plausible than I was gonna trade them so we could buy a Chinese buffet.
I'm pretty sure like Chinese buffet is kind of like a code for like cocaine. There's a rapper that I listen to, and in one of his songs he says, "I'm sitting sideways at a Chinese buffet," and he's known for being coked out. So.
I also felt that 7 was an odd number to steal. Like, say you're grabbing them. You grab 1, you grab 2, okay, fit 2, then you grab 3, 4.
How do they serve them? Are they wrapped? How are they presented out on the floor where she's stuffing them? Are they wrapped in something?
I think...
they'll be in cellophane. Like lobster tail, if it's sitting out, it'll be wrapped in a cellophane.
because the actual lobsters are floating in the...
Yeah. So it's cut up, it's prepackaged, it's got a price tag on it, it's wrapped in like, it's got a little meat tray underneath of it.
Yeah.
It's in cellophane.
Well, the fact that she took 7 really does indicate she's probably going to try to sell them, because it's not like she's going to, like, cook and eat 7 for herself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which just makes it even crazier, because this woman thought the best thing to steal was, like, 7 lobster tails.
One of the things that happens, major corporations like that, is there might not be anything happen to her, because they'll look at it as, well, if we sue her, it's going to cost a lot of money.
She had to been coked out or something,
Oh, yeah.
too.
And then number 2...
Because they technically didn't do anything illegal yet? They just were caught with food.
They were caught with it, yeah.
With, like, intent or something?
They're probably just banned you from the store.
I mean, if she didn't get out of the store, then technically she never really stole.
Right, okay.
And plus, I don't want you to, like... You probably don't want to...
What if she was just holding it there in her pants?
Right, yeah.
Looking for a good time.
It's weird, but... that's the thing that sucks.
Maybe she was hot. She just take the frozen fish.
She was not attractive.
If she's got 7 in her pants, she's obviously a very large woman who can easily conceal 7 lobsters.
What I meant by hot was temperature, not looks, guys. Really. Maybe she was hot and wanted to cool off with some cold fish in her pants.
Why would you think that lobster tails would cool you off?
I'm making a stupid excuse, buddy.
Oh, so we're stupid for thinking that hot meant her attractiveness.
Yeah. Richie, do you want to tell us about your what is this called? The Retron 5?
Retron 5. Yeah, the Retron.
How do you,
tell us about this Retron 5.
Is it the Retron?
It was announced about a year ago.
What is it exactly?
It is an emulation device. Now, basically, it is a standalone system that plays Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, Nintendo, Famicom, Sega Genesis. It can do Game Gear if you have an adaptation and Sega Master System. It also does Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and regular Game Boy games. all in one device, and you put your card in. It's got 6 controller ports on it. It's got 1080p HDMI upscaling. So
what's the highest system it goes to? Sorry.
16-bit genres, basically. Super Nintendo is going to be the highest, and Sega Genesis.
Okay.
And then basically it copies your cartridge to its memory as a ROM.
Oh.
And then you can... it's just an emulation machine that you actually use your real cards with, which I thought that was pretty cool. And it's pretty compatible with a lot of stuff and a lot of cool games and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty stoked about it.
So you can play it across like all platforms?
Yeah. It's a one device to hit up all your old school games. And like me personally, I have some Nintendo games and some Sega Genesis games.
Yeah.
I don't have the systems anymore.
Man, Nintendo.
Yeah, like so to be able to like maybe collect some of these older games and like
the thing I
play
like
them on
about
your
like
TV.
you watch games today, like I like games, like Call of Duty, all that stuff or whatever,
Sure.
But like the old school games, just the side scrolling stuff, like
Simple.
Sure, yeah.
but it's just crazy. Like I mean, even like the original Mario from like the mid '80s, like
Oh yeah.
still simplest idea, but like
It's fun.
it gives you just 5 lives. And
Yeah.
then, you can maybe get like 10, but I mean, I think
It's a
that's
good
why like,
idea.
I got a Wii, because I just like Mario, but
And plus, they put all the old classic games on there for purchase too. If you want to go that
They
route.
are good about that. Yeah.
You remember when the first Xbox came out? It's like 40 pounds, a big black box. I mean, I don't really play as much as I used to, and now they play like PlayStation, Blu-ray, and all this stuff. And it's just like
they give you more features than you'd ever need.
it's like all in one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the new Xbox, but like, can't you like talk to it?
You'd be like Xbox on.
I
You'd be like Xbox.
I don't want that though.
TV and TV.
Yeah.
And you can watch the game, and then you'd be like Xbox. Go get me a beer and beat my wife for me.
No, see,
And-
like I remember. So when they first came out with it, this was like a big controversy because when they announced it, they were saying like it would always be connected to the internet. They could activate the camera whenever they wanted.
You're sleeping at 3 in the
Like
morning.
that
Your
kind of
Xbox
stuff.
just
And I
turns
don't know.
on.
It's just like,
Hey, what do you know? My Xbox did my taxes for me in the middle of the night. I got this new credit card in the mail. I don't remember applying for this.
Intermission.
Yeah, no.
We're doing it. I have a lateral thinking puzzle for you.
What does that mean?
It's a puzzle where you're supposed to think laterally.
It doesn't explain anything.
you said the same thing
Think
and just rephrased it.
So like, so here's an example. There's a man dead on an island. How did he die?
Superman.
I'm gonna say Dracula, but yeah, Superman.
Oh no, but listen to this. There's a
Okay.
man dead on an island.
Right.
How did he die? Now you guys ask me yes or no questions and I can answer them for you. And you have to figure out how he died.
Did he have a heart attack?
No. You have to use the information that I said in the sentence, right? So a man died on an island.
Is he on an island?
Yes. But that's kind of stupid.
But you're telling me
That you can
that I
only
have
ask-
to say...
So I
Okay.
can't.
Is he a man?
Yes, he's a man. Alright, so you gotta figure out how he died. In this case...
He's absolutely right.
Thank you. In this
Could you
case...
stop rephrasing everything you say?
So there's going to be a key word or a key thing that you're going to automatically assume
Did he-
it's one scenario, but it's not going to be that assumed scenario.
Did he die because of the island?
No.
I've heard no man is an island.
I'm not sure what that
Thank you,
is.
Socrates.
Okay,
Thank you, Socrates.
Try to think outside the box. Okay, here's I'm going to give you this one.
Christ.
Here's how it is solved. He got hit by a car and he died on a highway island. So it's the word island was the assumption is he's on the island surrounded by water, but he's not in that. So that's sort of how
we
this works.
should have probably asked him what kind of island it was.
Exactly, but that's how you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is
that's-
like a plane crash on the border of
Yeah,
Canada
kinda like that,
and America.
yeah.
Where do you bury the survivors? And
Yeah.
You don't
Okay, but
bury
do you want to
survivors.
try one? I got one for you. I think it's a little bit easier.
as long as you don't rephrase the exact thing.
No. Okay. All right. Here it is. Name an ancient invention still in use in most parts of the world today that allow people to see through walls.
It's a window.
Oh well, yeah. You just got it right off the bat, and that's how the game was played.
Man, don't you feel stupid right now, Pat? Made of movies.
This is our made-up movie segment, where basically what we're going to try to do is that we all are going to take turns developing a plot to the movie. And then I assume it'll be the best thing you've ever heard.
Exactly.
Steven Seagal movies.
Steven Seagal. Okay, Steven Seagal. Alright, okay, so Steven Seagal, somebody takes his ponytail, like, in the night. Like, they come in and sneak, they cut it off, and so it's like a revenge thing. So
That'd be ninjas.
Yeah, clearly. And he ends up killing, like, 9 of them in his sleep, but one of them still cuts it off anyway. And then he wakes up and he's like, what the hell happened? There's, like, 9 dead ninjas all over his house.
What if he loses his powers because he doesn't have his ponytail?
Okay.
He's just a man.
He's no longer a legend.
He finally realizes he can't do this on his own.
Okay.
Without his ponytail.
Right. Who does he recruit?
Walks into a bar. Finds his buddy, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Ooh. Okay.
Says, hey, I need my ponytail back.
Right.
I can't.
And
I can't
and
beat
Jean-Claude,
that.
he remembers when he had a ponytail.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have it anymore.
It's bringing all these dark memories.
Yeah, I'll do this for you, brother. He remembers the pain of losing his ponytail, and it was taken to God. Like, they threw it in the fires of Mordor type of shit. Like, so Jean-Claude could never get it.
That'd be the only way you could
after
destroy his ponytail.
Right.
Is through the fires
it's
of
like,
Mordor.
or some mystic, like some forge of the ancient kings and the other nondescript Asian countries where the ninjas are. And, because that's, the ninjas stole
ninjas
the
come
ponytail.
from Japan.
Well, okay, maybe they're different kind of ninjas.
Well, so he finally starts to convince him, right?
Right.
And so Jean-Claude's like, well, if we're going to do this.
Is this after a night of, like, hilarious drinking montage? Like, maybe an 80s song goes on and they're drinking at the bar, playing darts?
Well, so they
should have, like, the friendly competition where they, like, sort of fight, but it's really they're just testing each other.
They fight. And then, so they leave. So Jean-Claude's walking home. He takes a long walk. He's got his hands in his pockets. You know, he's thinking about life. You get flashbacks and all this
Should
stuff.
be a full moon out.
So he finally gets back to his house.
Yeah.
Who's there? Steven Seagal's waiting. And so he says, you know what? So he's like, Jean-Claude walks in and he's like, you just don't give up, do you? So then Jean-Claude's like, well, if we're going to do this, we got to do this right. They need a third guy. So they're at a bar again, you know. It's like one of the shady bars, you know. You got a corner where they're doing like Russian roulette.
Sure.
People doing drugs in the corner, you know, prostitutes, all this kind of stuff.
There's prostitutes that have 3 breasts.
Yes.
Sure.
But all of a sudden, at the end of this bar, there's this other guy who's just taking a drink. So somebody runs into him. He just decks him. He lays him out, you know.
That's Steve Buscemi.
No.
No, because he's just the crazy nutter type. You know, think Steve Buscemi from Con Air, where he's like the crazy.
Oh no, I don't.
Guy.
Con Air.
Yeah, right.
It's Nick Cage. Nick Cage is in the corner.
Okay, Nick Cage.
It's Nick Cage down on his luck again.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
My forehead is shiny as ever.
Yo, receding hairline. That's all right.
And his buddy Johnny Depp's in the background too.
Dead. Johnny Depp should just be the bartender.
No, Johnny Depp's the guy taking bets for Russian roulette. He's got an eye patch on now.
Because he lost in a game of Russian
But he's got to be like the wise old friend that they go to for
He's
advice.
like, Nick, you don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And then Nick
not a
says,
good idea.
this is all I do. And then they go.
That's
They have a
Steven
win,
Seagal,
and there's a Winnebago in the
Nick
parking
Cage,
lot.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay, yeah. So he's like, Nick's like, are you coming? And Johnny's like, you're doing this on your own.
Finally get to the Ninja Island, right? It's
Right.
the 3 of them. We're gonna start seeing like a mystery ninja watching them, but not doing anything. Just watching.
Oh, in
And
the
then I feel
background.
right, at the very end, the mystery ninja helps them somehow, and then it's like, it's Johnny Depp.
Ah.
He was actually Johnny Depp the whole time.
So
He's
they don't-
with them.
They don't have to pay him, but
He
for
had
2 scenes.
Yeah, and it's like,
and it's someone else the entire time.
but you maybe you can sort of guess because it's a ninja, but it's like half the eye is missing because
There's an eye patch
underneath
on
the
the
ninja mask, right? Yeah, so it's like, who could that be? It's probably Johnny Depp.
Well, also, okay, so they leave the bar. There's like a Yakuza assassin that's following them.
And for a plot twist, it should be Wesley Snipes.
Yes. Yes.
So there's this massive fight between Wesley Snipes and the 3, Nick Cage.
It's
Sylvester
Nick
Stallone,
Cage, Jean-Claude Van
and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
JVD, man.
Jean-Claude Van Damme just comes and just tries to do like karate chops the whole time. It turns out he's actually a little bit overweight, so he actually
sacrifices
doesn't do a whole lot.
himself. Wesley Snipes took his ponytail. Wesley Snipes has his minions encircling them.
Okay.
And JVD's like, guys, I got this. And then he closes the door behind him. And he takes out like as many as he can. He gets like his arm chopped off, but he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. He gives them time so they can get away.
Yeah.
And there's someone waiting in the car in a pickup truck. Sly Stallone. And he says, they don't say anything. Yeah, they don't say anything. He's like, now we're even. So he gets them to the airport so that they can get on a plane.
I think there should be a huge showdown at the airport.
Well, I think that they should arrive on like a cargo plane.
I
think they made it there.
That the ninjas attacked them on the plane, and there's an on the plane battle scene.
So the ninjas come out and they're fighting and everything, and there's one ninja left, and it's Samuel L. Jackson, and he punches a ninja, and that's it. Then they land, and it's like awesome.
We don't even know who the main bad guy is.
The main bad guy,
like a warlord kind of.
Well, he's the leader of the ninjas, right? Wesley Snipes, the number 2.
Jack Palance.
Right. Jack Palance as the ninja overlord.
Tango and Cash.
Yes.
Jack. You're my number 1.
Attack.
Wesley.
You're my number 1.
greatest movie ever.
It's a Netflix original.
Yeah.
Oh, we also got to have some chicks in the movie too. But like I said, like you got to.
Oh, there's got to be a romance interest.
But they're old school. Like they're definitely not hot anymore.
Betty White.
Yeah, so you got Betty White. It's Jack Palance's mistress. So Seagal. All right, so Seagal, Cage, and JVD they go to like a brothel to get some information. It's led by like Bridget Nielsen, Kelly LeBrock, because they both have been with, and they're like. And it's just like this, Flavor Flav's in the background. It's like, bitches.
Ponytails and ninjas.
You could even do like an after credit scene, like where he's like, "This is even my ponytail." So you got a sequel.
He gets the wrong one back. Thank you guys for listening this week. With no salt here. Richie, it's your turn to give us the word of the week for next week's episode.
The word of the week for next week will be Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pat likes to give himself enemas with that.
Only if it's cherry.